Welcome back, everyone. It's Darren from Neltharion Gaming here. Today we're running Neltharion's Lair.
Hurry, friends! Every moment we linger, Gargoyle kills more of our allies.
My father's ancient lair. There is still power within these rocks that should not be disturbed.
We're going to switch ourselves into first-person mode, and we're going to jump right down. Now, if you're curious, there's actually a little bit of a pathway right here. Now, you see, there's a mushroom merchant here. For an achievement to gather here, they'll need to get this Catch-em tablet. See, this is required in order to get the achievement where you have to use it on all the snails in this area. I'll do a future video most likely on how to get this achievement, but I wanted to show you that ahead of time if you always wondered where to get that item. We're gonna skip most of this stuff since we can bypass it with my level, but we're gonna be heading to our first boss known as Rockmora. I do want to mention that these Bile Shard husks can be pretty annoying ads if you're not careful. Also, little shalings here also leave behind little pools of poison you don't want to stand in. Like I said, you can bypass most of the stuff by just traversing the water path here. Also, you get a nice little picture of...
These Drogbar have been tapping into abilities they should not possess. No doubt it has something to do with the latent power still lingering within these rocks.
Navarag, betrayer. You would lead these intruders against us. Gargoyle cannot control the hammer, Ularog. He will destroy High Mountain, not conquer it. Either way, I will enjoy every moment of it. Rockmora, crush them!
And you see Rockmora is a giant elemental. Rockmora, here are the abilities. Brittle. The body shatters each time it's struck, leaving behind little blight sharp skitterers. Killing them leaves behind choking dust that will do nature damage every second. Shatter, Rockmora will stomp the ground, inflicting physical damage and crushing all skitters that are currently there. Now, the rupturing scar is on heroic and above. Now, when Rockmora smashes ground and the skitters explode, they inflict nature damage to everyone. Now, the damage from the skitters that are killed by this is based on how much health they had when it was ruptured. Razor scars. Now, Rockmora will swing his arm, hurling crystals at inflict nature damage to targets in a cone in front of the boss. Now, on heroic and above, we have crystalline ground. He'll charge the ground with crystalline energy, causing enemies to suffer nature damage every half second while moving. It will remain for 10 seconds. We're gonna put out our little battle shout, then we're gonna hit a taunt. And here you see this is the crystalline ground. You don't want to walk around in this because you would take a lot of damage back then. But as you see, it dissipates going inward from where it originally was hit. Now, here are the skitters you want to be aware of. And as you see, when he does this slam, it kills all remaining crystallines. It's a pretty simple boss. On normal, you don't have to worry about the crystalline ground.
Well, they know we're coming now. I hope our allies can keep their main forces occupied long enough for us to complete our mission. Quickly, into the barrels! I'll hold them here and join you downriver.
No, I won't be doing that. I will find my own path and rejoin you on the other side.
You don't want to jump the barrel. As you see, you can throw fish. As you see, there's a snail right there. Just a heads up, I probably will do a future video about this achievement.
The Underking uses slaves to dig at the bones of my father? He does not know the powers he meddles with.
Now you see there's a little cache here. We're gonna swim right down through here to get to it.
I need to get closer.
Where are you hiding your food, maggot?
Please, you've already taken all the food we have.
Search everywhere. These peasants have been hiding rations from the army. If you're not fighting, you're not eating!
Now, before you pull this boss, you really should clear out this area.
I'm out of range.
And there we go. Area cleared out. Now, Ulrog Crag Shaper. Abilities here are Stance of the Mountain will transform himself to a bellying isle and hide among identical ones. As long as he remains in this form, the party takes additional damage from falling debris. Now, Bells of the Deep, he'll summon these idols that scream and cause debris to fall on the party. Which Totem screams and tears at the cave, causing debris to fall to inflict physical damage to anyone near the impact point. Strike of the Mountain, he'll summon a pair of stone hands which move inward and explode for nature damage on contact. And Sunder, he'll just bash an enemy for nature damage.
Pay attention, Neltharion. I want you to see your heroes die.
Try to get some of these abilities out.
High Mountain itself rises against you.
There are the hands. You don't want to get caught by those. The idols here you want to destroy.
High Mountain will be your tomb.
Now, the best way is to pay attention to which one he turns into. I did not this time, so, well, I'm just going to destroy them all. And he's temporarily stunned when you do that.
So this is what it feels like to breathe.
2 down, 2 more to go. Now, sometimes there might be a word quest here to kill something, but also sometimes there might be a cache for you to loot this way as well.
Mother of worms, arise! If they complete this summoning, our passage to Darkwood will be blocked. She comes. Wait, no! Neuraxis will feast on your bones!
Oh, I was wondering why I was still in combat, but Neuraxis here, as you can see, is the Worm Mother, you could say. See, she has certain abilities. First is her Putrid Skies, where she spews acid on the other party when no one's within melee combat. Rancid Maul fires a ball of venom at a random enemy that does nature damage, leaves behind a pool of toxic bile. If you con this, you do get movement speed reduced by 50. Her Toxic Wretch leaves behind bile that turns into toxic pools that inflict nature damage every half second around the boss, and inflicting additional damage every sec for 5 seconds. Now, her deadly ability is her Spiked Tongue. She'll latch onto a target with her spiked tongue and pull them towards her maul. Now, they'll take physical damage every second for running away, every 5. If you run away from her to avoid being eaten, but every time she eats, she gets a stack of Ravenous. This will increase her damage by 50%, and it does stack. She also has a Frenzy ability, where she roars, increasing her attack speed by 20%. Now, you'll have ads that show up, a Worm Speaker Devout, which will rush towards her to be eaten. You need to kill these little guys before they get to her so she doesn't get a stack of Ravenous. And during this time, you'll have an angry crowd on Heroic and Mythic above, as you can see right up there. They'll be hurling rocks as Neuraxis becomes more violent, inflicting physical damage to random targets every 5 seconds. We're going to taunt her so you can see some of these abilities. As you can see, when you're melee and you're fighting her, you got to be aware where the spots are open up front there. Now, as you see, she started to consume. Now she's got her first stack of Ravenous. Now she'll get her next one there. Now, if they walk through Rancid Maul, they take damage, so this will help you burn them down. And as you can see, they're throwing rocks at me like crazy. Now here comes her Spiked Tongue ability. As you can see, I'm trying to run away from her. She just doesn't get me. Oh no, no, no. She caught me. She's eating me. So See, that's pretty much her ability.
There is no more time! We must strike at Dargrul now!
I am sorry, heroes. It appears the treasure you seek will be found on the other end of this beast.
And here's your loot.
The Tauren believed you were prophesized to seize my hammer! Pathetic. Let them come. Witness the fate of those who stand against one worthy of wielding the power of a Titan!
I am sorry, heroes. I must leave you now. Yet know this. I have witnessed your deeds with pride, and I am sure you will not fail High Mountain in this final hour.
Now here's the final boss known as Dargrul, the Underking. His abilities are Landslide, which will slam the ground, causing granite spikes to erupt from the ground in a line. They do nature damage and knock back nearby players. Molten Crash is after the Landslide. He'll swing his hammer, causing the ground to erupt underneath his current target, inflicting nature damage. Now, if tanks aren't using their active mitigation, will suffer additional damage and take knockback. Magma Sculptures when he summons up a mob, known as the Molten Charskin, which will fixate on a random character. This ad has Burning Hatred, which is its fixate. On Heroic and above, it has Rising Inferno, which means the longer it lives, the more stacks of Rising Inferno gains, which makes it have increased movement and damage. And Crystal Crack. Now, if you lead this Charskin into a Crystal Spike, it stuns them for 10 seconds and increases all damage it will take by 100%. Magma Wave is a deadly ability. This is when the Underking smashes the ground, it periodically inflicts fire damage to targets not in cover. And it can accumulate to a massive amount of fire damage to everyone. This is when you use the crystal spikes to hide behind. Now, Lava Geyser, these pools will erupt through cracks, inflicting fire damage to every enemy for 1 second that enter them. Which you can see there are some cracks on the ground. On Heroic and above as well, Flame Grout, these fireballs will erupt from the geysers, inflicting fire damage to random targets every 5 seconds. Crystal Spikes, these will erupt at an enemy's destination, inflicting nature damage and doing knockback. Once formed, these can be used as cover for Magma Wave. Now on Heroic and above, we got Magma Blazer. Every step that the Underking takes shatters the earth, making everyone take additional fire damage. So you don't want to move them too much. We're going to taunt and get into this.
Yes! Try to take the hammer from me! The mountain will gnaw on your bones!
Now you can see, he spawned right onto the crystal spike. And now he's knocked out. See, that's also the sad part, is you gotta be aware of where your tank's standing, because you can be knocked back into the lava massively. I have not lied. On tanking, I've been knocked into the lava all the way back there. I'm not gonna lie. You see, I'm getting launched right now.
The mountain will gnaw on your bones! The might of Khaz'goroth flows through me!
Now, this is when this is happening, you need to run behind here. This will protect you from the magma wave.
The mountain will gnaw on your bones! Hear thee! How is this possible? I was chosen.
The hammer never chose you, Dargrul. It seeks a wielder who possesses true strength, and you were found lacking.
It's done, heroes. With Dargrul dead and the hammer reclaimed, the Drogbar are broken. Now begins the long task of reuniting our tribes. But balance has returned to High Mountain.
The power of the Mad King Dargrul is broken, and High Mountain has you to thank, heroes. Now, there are other family matters that require my attention. Farewell. I hope when next we meet, it is under more peaceful circumstances.
Oh, that was Neltharion's Lair. This is Astarion from Astarion Gaming, asking you to please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, go check out my Twitch channel as well. Till then, I'll see everyone in the next video.